There's a diet out there where you can massively increase your fats, eat a modest amount of protein, and limit your carbohydrates. You think you're going to take my carbs? Walk away. Walk away. In my nutrition series, I've said that the basics of diet are binary, but the details of diet are spectral. So how do you know where you are on the spectrum? Well, Dr. Paul Dubransky said, if you can understand the two extreme ends of a spectrum, then you can understand the whole of it. Or words to that effect. The ketogenic diet is one end of that spectrum. It's high fat, low carb, moderate protein. Now, there are peoples of the world, including the Maasai and Eskimos, that have lived on and thrived on this diet for centuries. We've called it the ketogenic diet, but they just call it good eating. It's a mashup of ancient Greek meets modern science. Keto from ketones, and GENIC from genesis, meaning birth or production of. Ketones are a byproduct of fat breakdown that the body can happily use as fuel. Now, there are loads of videos out there on it, but I want to take a slightly different angle. A couple of things to remember. Firstly, this is not the chosen or preferred fuel. This is an alternative fuel source to get us through the lean times. Now, I've read that babies come out in a ketogenic state. They also come out not breathing, so that doesn't tell us much. Certain peoples, though, live in places or have lifestyles that mean there's a lot of lean times vegetables-wise. And over many generations, they've adapted to this. Now, old anthropologists lived with these peoples and adapted to their diet as well. That's how we know that anyone of healthy status can. While some were born and raised in it, we can environmentally adapt to this state. But it's like in Man of Steel when young Clark starts getting his superpowers. It can be a bit overwhelming. However, if aliens took all the carbs suddenly one night, you best believe those who couldn't keto adapt in time would turn up their toes. It's daft to dispute that this is not for the frail, but it's equally daft to dispute that this eating strategy works for those who adapt. You have to find out if you can adapt or not. However, there are other issues. These populations aren't doing this as a cultural statement. They're not doing it to lose weight or get in shape, and they're not doing it to be virtuous. They eat this way because the land they live on doesn't provide them with enough vegetation for them to survive. If you're watching this on a PC, then you probably don't live there, and that brings up a whole different issue. If you live in a place of abundance and you use a strategy that works brilliantly in a place of scarcity, what happens? Well, I reckon it's what people spend their whole time talking about in the first world. Willpower issues, complicated rules for getting into and staying in ketosis. What do you do when you see a carb? Can you eat a carb? Where should you get your meat from? How much of it should you eat? How long do you stay on it? What do you do on holiday? What do you do at a restaurant, etc.? Now, we know there's this phase when people come off carbs called keto adaptation. This is when you're high on carbs and then the party's over. You restrict the carbs and you feel like cack. Your body thinks the food's run out and that makes you super irritable, so you get up off your butt, wander off and go find the next party. Then after a few days, it decides there is no next party, so you better slow it down, stay there and wait it out. How much detoxing you do depends on how much partying you did. If you were necking the processed refined junk, that's going to be much harder than if you were eating clean with just higher carbs. Now, that's what your body's doing. But your brain's no fool. It knows what time it is, and with your super peepers, you can see that good food. And it knows where to get the goodies. Goodies in your face. And this is an entirely different proposition to a desert landscape. There's no psychological battle for these guys. Everyone they know and everything they've ever done confirms that the way they're eating's right. They open their eyes and the outlook confirms it too. Yep, no carbs today. Some tribes have even woven the restriction of carbs into the rites of passage to manhood. It's a point of pride, which is maybe what some of the keto guys are trying to do.
You're a pussy if you go back to carbs, man.
Because the real battle with this food strategy is psychological, not physical. Your body will resist for a very short time in the greater scheme of things, 1 or 2 months tops. Your brain, that can resist for a lifetime. So you gotta get it right. And one of the biggest mistakes that a person can make is doing a calorie restriction or a food group elimination for aesthetics or weight loss reasons.
Good God, man, that's the only reason to do it.
Think about this. One of the byproducts was weight loss. But before we had scales in our house, how do you know you dropped weight?
Not with the scales.
Your clothes fitted differently. Comments that people made, maybe finding tasks easier like climbing the stairs or doing things. And those changes are sometime coming. They say that a person is only strikingly smaller if you've dropped 9 kilos or 20 pounds if you're overweight. But from the day you start the restriction and throw your body into starvation, even if you don't drop the calories, your body reads it as starvation. And that's because the keto-producing pathways are old, rusty and unused. You need to clean them up and oil them. So there is this time where you've got a self-imposed starvation in a world of plenty. The old happy hormones plummet. You feel strange, miserable and maybe ill. You initially feel weaker and more tired, and if you've got more than a few pounds to lose, you know you're in this for the long haul, and that's daunting. You're holding out for weigh day, which some people start doing every day just to get a little bit of love from the scales. And if it isn't going down fast enough or at all, then where's the upside? It's very easy to just say,
"You maniac! God damn you! God damn you all to hell!"
So you've got two choices. Either go live with a tribe in the middle of nowhere, come back in a year a whole new person. I think it'd be a great experience for anybody bold enough to do it. Or use a strategy that a small group of successful first worlders use. Those that have a goal that is not weight loss or aesthetics seem to do very well on this. If you do it for health reasons or sports ability like strength or ultra endurance, then you seem to be very successful in the long term.
And how is that possible? Insulin, stat!
Right. You get a daily positive endorphic feedback by believing that your health is improving. Or the strength/endurance that you fought so hard to get, you're keeping. You train it daily, so you see it daily. If every 12 waking hours you're focused on a factor that can improve and increase on this eating strategy, that's a huge rush of happiness and success that's coursing through your veins. And that means the fat loss, weight loss is then just a byproduct that happens. But daily, you're happy, which means you're less stressed, which means you lose weight, which means you're happy. Now, if you reduce this down to a soundbite, it might be diet and exercise, but this is the opposite of the effect that soundbite has. The soundbite diet and exercise means eat less food, do more activity, as if the volume is the only thing to concern yourself with. But this is not the volume that's important, it's the intensity. And it's not just the restriction of calories, it's the development of the fat-burning apparatus over time. It takes a bunch of weeks, so initially, don't reduce the calories too, because with no sugar and an inefficient fat-burning system, you've got no energy. Patience. Once you've keto adapted, then you can reduce the external fat because your body can use your internal fat. So in a perfect world, the order for this would be 1. Develop movement patterns to get strong so you know exactly how much you lift. 2. Develop your aerobic fitness so you know exactly how fit you are. 3. Keto adapt while keeping calories balanced and keeping your strength so you keep getting that positive feedback. 4. Once you're feeling comfortable there, reintroduce some aerobic interval sessions so you know you're not losing your aerobic capacity. 5. Once keto adapted and staying strong and keeping fit, you can then look to reduce the calories which will then come from internal body fat. If you haven't done that, for whatever reason, and you jump straight into the diet, then just remember that's the reason why it's a tough start. And if you're doing it and it's treacle and it feels like you're gonna die, it's basically because you kind of are. Your health isn't good enough at the moment for it. You don't have the physical skills of strength and fitness or the endocrine function to do it. So come out of it. Heal your adrenals and do some strength training. Then heal your thyroid and maybe give it a go then later down the line. I know your tricks. Don't come back here now. Okay. I'll go into how to do that in my next video where I examine the other end of the spectrum. But in the meantime, I hope this helps. Feel free to leave comments below, it's great to hear from you. Hit the thumbs up, and if you like my vibe, please subscribe. God damn you all the hell!